Hello, everyone. Hello for tuning in. Thank you. Good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be talking about glaucoma today. And before we do that, I'm just going to, because I think one or two people have contacted me to just share more light again with this coronavirus. I know maybe in some countries, maybe it's just picking up now. Maybe it's just coming out and it's just picking up. The peak is just starting. But in some other countries, the peak is going down. People are still dying. People are still dying of this coronavirus. Death rates, they are still being counted. And I think in America now, the death toll, the death rate now is over, I think it's 124, if I'm correct. 124,000 deaths so far in America, and in the UK is over 43, if I'm correct. It's over 43,000 deaths in the UK. So the coronavirus, is still out there. People are still dying. So we still need to take little precautions and measures. A lot of people now, they've learnt, how to just, isolate themselves, because they know that, they have comorbidities, and they are very careful, which is very good. And in some other parts of the world, some people, they still don't know that, they need to be careful. Some people just feels that, they said if you take lemon in water, and it's not just lemon in water. It will not cure the coronavirus or kill it, or, get rid of it. It's only going to boost your immune system. You have to try and maintain a good immune system by taking I think this week again they've mentioned it's come up again about vitamin D. So the scientists and researchers are still talking about vitamin D, that it's really good, it's very important. And some people are saying that they don't really need vitamin D because they're in a hot climate. But if you can stay in the sun for 3 hours, to get that. But vitamin D is out there. You can take like 10 milligram. You don't have to take it every day, because they've already mentioned, I've said this before, I'm only just recapping that, the black ethnic minorities, they need to try and take vitamin D. That's if you live in a place where, you don't have the sun all the time. And for the elderly patients that don't go outside all the time to get the sun, wherever you are, the UK now is summer. And again, if you don't really go out as an elderly patient, you can't really get the sun. So you can boost your immunity, your immune system with the vitamin D, which does help, And, you can take fruits as well, which will help if you don't want to go out. Going out, I think because we're just talking about this coronavirus is like everything basically. I talked about the fear as well. People should try and come out a little bit, even if it's to go to your garden, stay outside. There's so many things I don't really want to mention that I've heard, and it's very worrying. I cannot just, blame people, but it's the way the coronavirus is. They are not faking it. Neither is it being hyped in the media. It is real. A lot of people have lost their loved ones, and some people are joking about it, saying that it is not real. I don't know how people will think that 124,000 deaths in America is fake. and for over 43,000 deaths in the United Kingdom is fake. I mean, these are human beings. These are people's loved ones that have passed away. And some people are saying that is a joke, that is just all they're making things up and all that. No, it is real. People are dying. And again, wherever you are in the world, if you part of the world rather, if you know that you're coughing, you're having little fever symptom, don't think it's just, malaria, try and stay away from some elderly people that have comorbidities. Not only elderly people. I mean, if you know your uncle have diabetes and high blood pressure or COPD and all those little underlying causes, you stay away from them. It is not the time to go and visit them. And and you're coughing and you're saying that, oh, I have little cough, and you're coughing out phlegm, and you're having little signs of fever and all that, and you call it malaria, or something else. Please try and stay away from people that that have comorbidities. Instead of you spreading it, this is the time to go visit somebody or see somebody. You try and isolate yourself. It's something that a lot of people don't know about. I mean, you isolate yourself for 14 days. Just stay away till you get better. Stay away from people instead of spreading it. It's not the time to go to the market and, spread it, and you're coughing, you're spitting everywhere, and you're saying that, oh, I'm coughing out phlegm. And I mean, it's not everybody that will have that kind of symptom, but this is a droplet disease. It is a droplet disease, airborne. You can't just say you have headache and you're not going to spread it. I mean, it comes in different form, different signs as well. So please, I'm just recapping. I've said this before. I mean, I think my sister was very strong about it, that the awareness kind of is not in some other parts of the country. I mean, the world rather. Some other parts of the world, because they feel that maybe they are not seeing the death toll enough, or maybe they are not seeing some little drama, or maybe it's not close home to them. They just feel, well, I don't know anybody that have passed away with this coronavirus you're talking about. Maybe, but please, it is out there. It is there, and if you're having all those symptoms, I'm saying this again, please stay away from people that that they are frail, really. Try and stay away from them. It's not the time to go and hug them and visit them. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Mrs. Adebayo, thank you, Sister Edie. Thank you, Sister Joy. Thank you, Sister Ifoma. Thank you, Sister Ifoma. Thank you very much. I'm going to also be talking about glaucoma today. Now, glaucoma, a lot of people, I think the awareness is it's not really out there, glaucoma, the awareness is not out there compared to the way people are talking about cancer, and the way people are talking about other, other disease. The way they talk about cancer is a lot. When you hear cancer, it's like, oh my God, death sentence. When they hear HIV, oh my God, death sentence. So now glaucoma is there. It is one disease that people nowadays, I mean, is getting rampant in some countries now. I mean, I would say Nigeria, that people can wake up in the morning and one eye is gone, or even both. And obviously people will say that what happened to my eyes, and one of my eyes gone, let's go to church, let's go to let's go to the pastor, that your eye will be restored. Yes, with faith your eye can be restored, but they take it too far. They go to the herbalists and so many places. They just go up and down, and with less information or the awareness, they go to their doctor. And if they have some quack doctors out there, the doctor will say, I will do operation, don't worry, once we do this operation, you get better, your eyes will come out, we will restore your eyes. You cannot restore glaucoma. I mean, they're doing a lot of research now to restore the blind. I mean, once it's blind, it's blind. You're blind. To restore restore the eyesight. But you have what's it called? We have other things that can help to reduce the eye pressure. Now, what is glaucoma? It is a disease that affects the eye, especially the retina, the optic nerves that is connected to the brain. Now, that optic nerve, if it's connected, once it's disconnected, kind of, the disease have gone far where it disconnects the optic nerve, that nerve that is connected to the brain. Once it's disconnected, that's it. The eye will go blind. Now, they are doing a lot of, scientists are still trying to do research. They're researching a lot of programs and all that to find out if they can connect, the damaged optic nerves, together. But there's still no joy, no luck. But now, the treatment for it, there are a lot of treatments out there. The ones that are working very well is eye drop. Now, that is when your eye have not gone completely blind. You can still see a little bit. If you have, let's say you want to put your glasses on and you blow a little bit of, fog. I mean, just blow a little air or something, just do what or something like that, and make it look a bit foggy. You will see that your glasses, you can't see very well. Now try and put it on. You can still see, but you will not be able to see properly. You will not be able to see properly. So that is how it is. Your eye is still there. I mean, your sight rather is still there, but you cannot see clearly. Now, it's the same thing like, I don't know, putting a tap on. When you put your tap on, the sink, you expect it to flow. So the pressure in the eyes, that is, the pressure in the eye goes down when you have the water flowing, but when it's not working properly, that's when you see that the sink get blocked. Now, something is blocking it somewhere in the eyes, and you see that the pressure begin to build up. We have, different type of glaucoma, but I'm just saying that, glaucoma is glaucoma. You have open angle, you have closed angle. We're not going to go too depth to say that we want to explain what is a open angle and a closed angle, because at the end of the day, they do also have, the common treatment of eye drops. So the eye, when you don't when the pressure begin to build, it means like a sink is blocked. When it begins to start building up, that is when it start destroying and damaging the eye. The optic nerves will start disconnecting from the brain, because the brain does a lot of things, a lot of work. And if your brain is not connecting, if your brain is not connecting to the optic nerves, or if it's not connecting to any part of your body, nothing is going to respond. Nothing is going to function well. So if the optic nerve have not been disconnected completely, we can still save the eye or the eyes with we can still save it with eye drops. Now, with the eye drops out there, we have different kind of eye drop for the treatment of glaucoma, and it's what works for you. Some people use it and they use different kind of eye drop, and it can cause chest pain, it can cause other things. The side effects that is very, very common with this glaucoma, with the eye drops, is the redness of the eyes. The both eyes will be very, very red, and some people itchy. Some people have very, very long eyelashes and thick ones, and those are the little side effects. It's not much. I mean, if it's going to be doing the job, you don't really care what the side effect. But it's only when the particular eye drop that is not working for you, maybe it's going the other way around, where it's causing you it's causing you chest pain or discomfort. So your doctor will have to stop it and give you a new one. You can try other things. Then now, some people, the glaucoma can be a bit aggressive, where the eye drop will not be working properly. I mean, the eye drop should be able to bring the pressure down. It should be able to bring the pressure down in the eye so that you'll be able to, see clearly. I'm saying this again. If the optic nerve has been disconnected from the brain, I don't think you'll be able to save that eye anymore, the sight anymore. But if it's still connected, but the eye pressure is too high, eye drops can bring the pressure down. And when eye drops start failing, that the glaucoma is a bit aggressive, you have to go through another treatment. Some people, they go through laser treatment and it works for them. Some people is operation. But obviously the opticians and the doctors will do operation as last resort. Because what I'm hearing now, in some countries is some people just jump and say, oh, we need to do the operation now. They said if not, they're going to lose their eyesight. They haven't tried the eye drop first. They haven't tried other little treatments. Some people even try taking natural fruits and food. There are food out there. Oranges, they say they are very good with the treatments for glaucoma. You take oranges, you take peach. I mean, peaches are very good as well. What else? Kale is good as well. I mean, you can steam your kale, use it as green leaf soup, or you blend it, sieve it, and you drink it, just to prevent the high pressure in the eye. So, I mean, you can try all that first before you jump to go and do operation, because the operation is, I don't know if they say it's 50-50. The risk there is quite high. Now, the glaucoma, now I've put that there to say the blindness. I mean, people are being diagnosed with this glaucoma every day. Some people are so unfortunate, they don't see the signs and symptoms coming, and they're being diagnosed that both eyes are gone. When the both eyes are gone, some people will say the witch have eaten them. But we have in the UK, it affects 2% of people over the age of 40. That's over the age of 40. I mean, some people that are not 40 yet, they do have glaucoma. That's how sad it is, because they have glaucoma, what's it called? They have it in the family. It's genetic, where people have it in the family, and you have your uncles, your aunties, everybody have glaucoma. We also have, they said it is estimated that 250,000 people in the UK, they have this condition, glaucoma. So it's only half of the people with glaucoma that have been detected, because some people, I don't know if this should be a stigma as well, to say because I'm blind now with one eye, can't come out. You can't come out to tell people. Let there be awareness out there for everybody to know that the glaucoma is real, is out there. It's not just somebody eating your eyes overnight and you need to go and pray and do some night vigil or some other things for your eyes to be, to come back, your eyesight to come back. I mean, there are treatments. That's why I'm still banging on the treatment, because there are treatment for it. There are treatments out there, but if it is detected early, if it's detected early, early enough, you'll be able to have treatment. So please, we're talking about glaucoma today. I know, Sister Edith, you're watching me, so I want you to contribute. Thank you, Sister Jola, for joining in. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, the glaucoma we're talking about today, I'm talking about this strongly because I know I have my auntie's husband. I think he woke up and one of the eye was gone. And the other eye, he couldn't see properly. He couldn't see properly anything with it. So, when he got to the hospital, they told him that, he have to go through an operation to avoid the other eye being lost. And, he immediately agreed. And he did that. I'm coming with that story. Sister Edith is on the phone. I have a caller. Hello, Sister Edith. Hello, God bless you, Sister Edith. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing the truth to our doorstep and for raising awareness on all these little things that people take for granted.
Yeah.
I don't know much, or slightly, I don't know anything about glaucoma, so I'm really happy because I'm increasing my knowledge tonight.
Yeah.
What I would like to ask is, what causes glaucoma, please, and who is at risk of getting glaucoma?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned about family background.
Genetic. Yeah, people with diabetes.
Are there any other risk factors, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And also, what causes it? What should we do to sort of work towards preventing it?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Edie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sister Edie, because I was coming to that as well. That what causes it? I've mentioned one where it is genetic. People, the scientists believe very well that when it's in the family, there are chances that other members of the family can have glaucoma. Now, some people have this itchy. They have, when their eyes begin to itch, they just feel that, I need to, sterilize my eyes. That's another way. They go too early to go and sterilize their eyes. They use sterilizer. I don't know the full name of all those sterilizer they use, but they use something to wash their eyes to make it white. That's why you see some actors or actresses, you see their eyes very white and clear. Some people use a particular eye drop, sterilizer eye drop, but all these have side effects. If you have a little bit of glaucoma there, that should be coming out when you're 60 years old. Now, it will come out very early because you've used sterilizer that is not supposed to be used. I mean, you're not supposed to use it, but because you want your eyes very white and you use that sterilizer to sterilize your eyes, now it will start damaging the eyes and it will bring, glaucoma too early. It brings it too early and you will not even know that you have glaucoma. That is one thing about glaucoma. You don't even know that you have it. So now I'm still talking about people, how you can get it. Now, people with diabetes as well, they mention that, yes, they can have glaucoma because the statistic has also showed now, the one I put up there, I don't know if it came up, that 250,000 people living with diabetes. Now they're coming up now to say that they are having their eyesight is being affected. Now some people have cataract as well, where obviously cataract and glaucoma, they are not the same. Cataract, you do the eye operation, you get it out of the way. But with glaucoma, it starts inside and it begins to eat up the eyes. So now people with diabetes, they need to check their eyes. Now I'm talking about prevention now. To prevent it, try and check your eyesight regularly. Check it regularly, and they will tell you if your eye pressure is too high. They will be able to detect it very early, and they will know what's happening, with your eyes, So, we will, if you do the, you check your eyesight regularly. I mean, some people are so lucky for, how old, they can be, how old, 75 years of age, and they can still see very well. They don't need glasses. They don't need all those little, all those things that people are looking for, another eye and all that. When I mean another eye, I mean glasses. But yeah, some people at a very early age already having eye problem. I mean, don't leave it to say I'm using glasses like that. It's okay. I'm just going to leave it. And if you have children, make sure that you check. I mean, if you have comorbidity, and also they've also mentioned something like high blood pressure now. I don't know if it's conclusive about the research, but they're saying something about high blood pressure, how is that affecting the eyes as well. So glaucoma, a lot of things now are beginning to bring it out now, where people are beginning to lose their eyesight gradually. They're beginning to lose it gradually, and they'll think, oh, I use glasses anyway, so it's okay. I'll just go and see them, and maybe the glasses is not working. Now, with children, please, parents out there, if they say your child cannot see properly, and they give them glasses, to use, please be careful, what they give your children. I remember my son, when they gave him, we went for prescription that his eyesight and all that, and he doesn't really need it that much, but he can you can do with glasses. And I said, okay. So when we got there to pick it up, and he wore it, was like, it's cool, mom, it's okay. And I looked at the glasses and I said to myself, this looks a bit thick. That I thought you don't really need it, but I mean, you could do with it because it's a bit myopic. You have long-sighted and short-sighted. And I looked at the glasses he was wearing, and I said to myself that, can I give it to me? Let me put it on. Oh, mom, it's cool, because I think he's just thinking about the lens. Sorry, he's thinking about the frame, not the lens. The frame is so, cool for him. He wore it and I thought, oh, it's really cool. And he doesn't really like glasses anyway. He put it on, and I said, let me have a go. Give it to me. There and there, we were still in the shop anyway. We were still there with the what are they called now? Not Specsavers. I don't want to mention any name. But I took it from him and I put it on, and I couldn't even see a thing. I looked at it and I said, what is this? I said, you put it back on. Can you see? Oh, it's cool. I said, excuse me, this is not being cool. Your frame is cool. I'm talking about the lens. Can you see anything? And I took the glasses and I looked through it. I said, this is wrong. This cannot be for you. This will damage your eyes, more. And I said to the receptionist that I know you gave me these glasses, and you said this is a prescription and everything. Can you please recheck again? And she looked at me very strangely. This lady, she a troublemaker. What is she talking about? I said, please, can you just look at it again, because I feel this is not for him. And she had to call the optician that was on that day. He came down and he looked at it. It was for someone else. It wasn't for my son. That was for someone else's glasses. I mean, if I wasn't a mother that would put, that would look properly, I would just say, oh, it looks cool. Okay, let's go home. And it will end up damaging his eyesight, more and more each day, because I'll be telling him put your glasses on, put your glasses on. Now, someone, I think this is a scientist as well that said this, that if they say your child should have 0.2, tell them that they should do 0.25. Why? Because children, they tend to fluctuate their eyesight as they grow. So you don't just make them cap a glasses, a cap, what will I call it now? Cap a lens, not frame, lens. Cap a lens for your child to use for how many years or how many months. Do not let them, because this is they've done a research now and it has come out that, you know, with children as they grow, their eyesight fluctuates. 1 minute is getting better for this particular month, and another thing, you know, is getting worse. You know, it fluctuates. So we need to be careful what we give them, you know, because at the end of the day, we don't want them to forever. Because if you look very well, some children, they start with a little thin frame lens, and as they grow older, their lens become thicker. You don't ask yourself why. You know, their lens become thicker, you know, thick bottle, I call it. And, you know, you wonder, how did it get up to this? You know, as you're getting older, it's getting worse. So now some of the research that they have done is, if they say your child needs glasses, yes, they do, but please don't make them wear it like every day and all the time and every time. You know, watch how they, you know, they use their glasses. Look at what they're doing. I mean, if you're really struggling to see, you know, you can go back and tell them to do another test, because some people will do a different test from another test on another and another. So with this glaucoma I'm talking about, if you've done one test somewhere, you know, and you have the opportunity and the money to do it somewhere else, you can compare. Now they're saying that to have an accurate result is to go to your optician, a doctor, to do it. Don't do it in a clinic. Don't do it in one of the you know, the eyeglasses shop, where they will just do a small test and tell you this is your eye pressure, and you just take it, you know, wherever you are in the world. If you do that, what's it called, the test, go back somewhere else, do it again and compare. Now, to have an accurate and final result is to, you know, make sure that a doctor carry out a proper test. Then they'll be able to give you the final result and you know, diagnose you and give you the treatment for it. I've mentioned the eye drop. I've mentioned the laser. Last resort, doctors don't really like to do operation, but last resort, they can do the operation. And they do say that the operation in some other country works and some other country it does fail. Like the story I was talking about regarding my, I'll call him my in-law. You know, his own failed because both eyes sight were gone, because he you know, he agreed straight away for them to do the operation. It did not start with eye drops. It did not start with anything. It just went straight to do the operation, and he lost his eyesight, and now up to now he cannot see. You know, he has to use a walking stick. He needs help and everything. It's really, 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 really bad. I'm telling you, it's very sad. I mean, just close your eyes for 1 second, both eyes, or a minute. Try and close your eye for a minute and both eyes for a minute, and just see if you can walk or go to the kitchen and touch something and do something. I mean, it's really dark out there. Now, I also saw something that says that with children, if you try and because they did a research about 450 children. Now, if you try and put the light out as they grow, you know, they grow and they sleep at night without any light or any lamp, any light, just it should be total darkness, that those children are less likely to have glaucoma. That is what I read, that they are less likely to have it. Although, if they grow up and have all these diabetes and little, you know, comorbidities that can affect the eyes or cause glaucoma. But with this one that they did the research, you know, they said 35% of the children that slept with light constantly for how many years, you know, end up having eye problem. But with the ones that were sleeping with total light off, no lamp, not putting their bedside lamp and all those lamp on, you know, their eyesight were very, very sharp and they did a test where they didn't have any problems with their eyes. Thank you, Jola Jesu, for joining me today. I know you've always wanted to join me. Thank you for joining me today. I don't know who is JLF. Thank you very much for joining me as well. Pastor Stanley from South Africa. I am so excited that you are joining in today. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Yeah. So we're talking about glaucoma, everything about glaucoma, kind of the treatment. Thank you, Sister Edith, for calling in about the treatment and how people can get it. But the real topic today, glaucoma. Please get your eye checked regularly, even with the children. Encourage them to get it, because there is nothing like waking up in the morning and one eyesight is gone, because once the eyesight is gone, it's gone. They can't reverse it back. But in Germany, they're trying to do it now. I don't know if they've been successful, but they're trying to see if they can reverse it back. The only way to save the eye is to check. And if you have I think I missed a call. I have a missed call. Sorry. You can call back again. Now, if you have, if you know that you have your eye pressure is very high, try straight away and try the eye drops. I mean, some people prefer the laser because they feel that they will not be able to do the eye drops 3 times a day. They consider it very stressful, that they might not be able to do it religiously. That is a bit too stressful, that they will go straight away to do the laser. But anyone that works for you, so please spread this, share it out there for people to know that glaucoma is not something that somebody will come and eat your eyes at night. It is real. People lose their eyesight because of, like as I said, genetic, or other issues or problems. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. I won't be here next week. I'll be here in 2 weeks' time. Now, I'm going to be talking about a particular disease that travels from your skin to your lungs, to your bowel, to your bladder. That is how this disease does travel. It travels to your lungs, and when it sits in your lungs, it causes some problems. When it goes to your bladder, it sits down there and it breeds. It breeds some eggs. And when you start passing urine, you start seeing the eggs. You won't see it anywhere unless it goes under a heavy, strong microscope. Microscope. Can't really pronounce it. Yeah. So, so I'm going to be talking about this disease. Tune in 2 weeks' time. I'll be talking about this disease. It's common out there, and guess what? It just live in one's body for up to 20 years. Some people have this problem where they tell themselves, why am I losing weight? Why can't I just put on the weight? Or where am I bleeding from? Because this particular disease does cause a bleed. You don't even know where you're bleeding from. It depends on where the disease is sitting. And don't worry, it's not a scary one. There are treatments, but the only problem is it takes a while for a doctor to be able to diagnose and say, where are you bleeding from, or why are you bleeding? They can't see this disease is in there. You're normal. You're doing your normal thing, but it prevents you from having some little things whereby you get tired sometimes. You just want to sit down. You get really tired and you become anemic as well. That's how this disease is. It just eats you, and you're eating, and they take some part of your blood as well. And you'll be wondering, why am I not getting the full HB? The full hemoglobin. Your HB is not really full. It's always going down. It's a particular disease that can live in the body for up to 20 years. There are cures or treatments, but join me to talk about it in 2 weeks' time. Please don't miss Sister Chichi Zubi anything goes with Sister Chichi Zubi. Please join her on Sunday from 5 p.m. She's always talking about very, very interesting topics. About I think the last one was when the husband, I think the wife slapped her husband in front of the boy's mother. So what should she do? Should she apologize, or should she, go back and all that? Very interesting. And join Sister Edith every Monday from 7 p.m. I know you will enjoy this because little tips, talks. Please join her. Very, very interesting on Monday from 7 p.m. I just want to say thank you so much to Chika. He's just behind. You can't see him. Yeah, Chika Amogu, thank you so much for doing this today. With the lights everywhere, with the camera steady. Thank you very much, Brother Eddie. I miss you, Eddie Bond. Miss you today. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I really, really appreciate you all. Thank you, Christina. John Usaini. Thank you very much, Pastor Paul Usaini. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Boma. I've seen Boma. Thank you very much. Now, I tune in early today because there are other engagements that that is on ground. So I had to tune in early from 6 to 7 today. And normally I do 7 to 8, but I think that I think we're just going to be sticking from 6 to 7 because I know a lot of people think I'm going to be starting 7 today. So although I just tried my best to put the advert there to say 6 to 7 because of other engagements. So bear with me. I know if you didn't tune in early, but you can always watch it later and share it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I really appreciate you. I know, Yoma, you're watching. Thank you, Faimi. I know you're watching. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. God bless CTRIM family. Thank you. Take care and stay safe.